Hey YouTube, it's another episode of Roy's Redneck Garage with mini bike build number, I don't know, 4, 3, 2, 5, I don't know. We're up there. Got a bunch done to this thing. Didn't get a lot of it on camera. We've had crappy weather. I mean, rain. Now it's cold. I'm wearing a jacket for the first time this year because it's cool and it's windy out here in southern Chester County, Pennsylvania, and it's crap. Winter's upon us. Truck's still broken. Everything needs fixed, and and I got no room in the garage still. Every weekend it has rained, and I'm still trying to get this garage cleaned. And if you're watching my videos, you see me say this for weeks that I'm trying to get the garage cleaned. Any case, let's show you guys what we've done so far. All right, so here we go. Here is our engine mount. I built it out of 1 inch by 1 inch angle iron. The flat plates are just, they don't look very good. This just is a much better look for it. And today at work, I made the rear engine mount bracket. And let's let it focus there. Focus, focus. Alright, well that's as good as it's going to focus. Any case, here's the new engine mount. I just have it vice gripped in place while I figure out the positioning of the engine. I have to go grab the other piece of chain and basically cut the chain to fit down to the jack shaft right here, which is now mounted, and it's welded in enough right now. It'll function for testing and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that in the next hour or so I can have this thing literally functioning and running, and we'll see if we can get that done. I'm actually waiting for the van to cool down because I got to do a thermostat on it, but I might just wait for the weekend here because I don't have anything to do this weekend. No gigs, no weddings to do, no nothing like that. So I might just do it this weekend, because just in case I run into trouble and end up having to go to AutoZone and buy a bunch more parts. So, all right, so let's go get some chain and cut a piece and see if we can get this thing mounted up and maybe even riding it tonight, maybe. So right now we are setting the engine mounts and tacking them in place. All right, so there we have the engine mount tacked in. We have our rear engine mount. In order for it to work properly, I had to cut it in half and tack it in 2 places, because when I made it, I thought I measured the frame right at 7.5 inches in between, and somehow I was off. But there you go, right there. That's tacked in, and we're going to move the frame around and weld it in. The idea for the brake pedal is that it will attach up here, but now it's looking like it might have to go right here to get it to position right so that we can actuate the brake. But I should probably put the motor on it first and see if I have enough clearance for that. So let's bolt on a motor, shall we? Oh, well, that just fell right into place. How about that? Fell right into place. With final assembly of the Rat Rod mini bike there, that's our final configuration right there. That's what's going to work, how it's going to work. That's we had to move the swing arm. I had to do some shims on the jack shaft. I had to shim the torque converter because it kept blowing out the links, the master links on the chain. It's number 40 chain. It really could use 420 chain, which is a slight bit narrower, and so we still might get that. But you know, right now it looks pretty good. Chrome chain on it. I definitely need to pad that seat. I haven't bought the material yet for that, but we're gonna buy the material. We're gonna make a seat pad for it, and I just need the new gas tank to come in. Once the new gas tank comes in, we'll get that mounted, get the final welding done on that, and then we'll finish the seat, and got a few other things to do with the motor, tinker around with the motor. Heavier valve springs. I want to put the cam in it and put a Mikuni carburetor on it. As it stands right now, the RPM, it's not hitting 6,000 RPM right now. The governor's deleted and everything like that, but it's not hitting the 6,000 RPM it should be hitting. Probably more like 4,500 RPM, and it's doing 43 miles per hour at about 4,500 RPM. I can't imagine what it's going to do with the motor modded up and stuff. I'm gonna take a safe bet and say I could probably get this thing to about 60 miles an hour. But let me tell you, at 43 miles per hour, it's a little bit hairy to ride. It's it's kind of scary. And the rear shocks just completely suck. It needs some new rear shocks. They're terrible. they're terrible. They don't do much of anything. But yeah, so there we go. So far so good. And that tank's only temporary. That's the original tank for it. It's crap. But it works. And you know, it actually doesn't look too bad on it right now, but the other tank is going to look 100 times better. And so yeah, I like it. It's fun. I try to kill myself on it. See y'all. How you doing, YouTube? Here we go. We got the little mini bike is finally together, and it is running. We just did a test, and let me tell you what, it is cold. But let's give you guys a little rundown of it. We got the torque converter on it. Finally got the jack shaft situation worked out and stuff. I was blowing chains. I found the issue with that. It was a spacing issue with the torque converter. Kept hitting the master link and bending it. Our pipe is on it now. That's our pipe right there. We went with a little bit of a funky J-bend Harley style pipe there. So let's fire her up.
Look at all his undone projects. They're everywhere. Thought I'll show you while he's off on his bike. Here he comes back.
is the foot pegs. They are, because the bike has been lowered a lot, they drag the ground if you turn too hard. So we'll have to relocate them, and I'll have to relocate the brake on it. But as far as it goes like hell. Average top speed of 43 miles per hour, and that's without hitting wide open throttle, because this throttle setup sucks. It needs redone. It's just not right. But at least you can't kill yourself. I suppose once I get the throttle thing fixed and stuff, we'll be able to hit 50 miles per hour without a problem. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's Rat Rod mini bike build. This is part number 3, I believe, in the video section. And remember, everybody, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.